it got shot by a gun. I was like, how much damage could there possibly be from a gun to an engine block? But then we get right there. It's done. That's not good. Oh no, that's not good. So what we have here, this is a Lq4, like a 99 or a 2000 model. It has iron heads. Somebody shot the truck that this was in, like shot the front of the truck. And the bullet went in the timing cover, but you can't see it now. I'll show you when I take it apart. 200 bucks, and here we are. So this may be the cheapest 6.0 I'll ever come across. It turned free, it wasn't locked up, so I'm gonna just tear it down and see if it needs anything. I'm at least gonna take the heads off. All right, I got the front accessories off and the water pump. This thing turned over good when I was over there, but I just tried to spin it again and it's not good. It turns over fine, and then we hit something. It's got compression, it's pulling back. But then we get right there. It's done. I'm hoping it might just be rust in the cylinder walls or possibly something on this timing chain down here where the bullet hit it. But now I gotta pull it down. So we get the intake off, the heads off, and see what's down in there. Oh, that one's full of water. Well, that's not good. Full of water. That one's full of water. Well, yeah, this don't look good. Don't look too bad under the valve covers. That's not bad. Looks like it's at least had the oil changed in it. It's not sludgy or nothing. I at least got some decent rocker arms out of the deal. Hopefully a good crankshaft. You know what, actually, these valves were closed, so I might get lucky and maybe that water hasn't went down into the cylinders. We'll find out here in a minute. And this has the 4-corner steam vent. I mean, these are worth like 50 to 100 bucks, just depending where you look. I cannot get to these top bolts here. That is so much crap on top of here. Man, that's thick. All right, fixing to get the heads off. You'll get to see it when I see it. These are probably pretty heavy since they're iron. Yep, they are. Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. That's probably why it won't go up and down. That looks really bad. All right, let's check the other side. Yep, back one on that one also. All right, well, that's kind of a bummer. I'm gonna put some oil in them. Let them sit. They're pretty bad. This one's really bad. Well, I got a lot of that rust scraped out. I'm just gonna try and dingle ball on it. See if I can get this thing broke up. This is just some burnt transmission fluid. Let's see what that did. All right, let's check it out in here.
Wow.
It's a lot cleaner than it was. And as you can see, it now spins over. I'm just gonna lightly hit all the cylinders like that, because a lot of the A lot of the stuff that's still in there, I can barely feel with my finger, but it's at the bottom of the hole. There's no compression down at the bottom anyway, so I've actually done worse and they ran fine. So hole. And let me wipe that out and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I got it broke up pretty good here. It seemed to be turning pretty free. I can still feel a little bit with my fingernail on the back 2 cylinders, but I think it's gonna be fine. They're pretty smooth at the top where the compression is gonna be at, so we'll see what happens. All right, I'm gonna get this balancer off here so we can see what damage is doing. Gunshot wound to the lower right abdomen there. Right here, I don't see anything. Evidently this is what the guy thought was the engine block. All right, like right here is where it went in. You can see like maybe something hit right there, but there's absolutely no damage. There's no metal shavings anywhere. All right, before I go digging around in the oil pan, I got another timing cover slapped on here from my parts stash back there, and a set of these are actually aluminum. They're dirty heads, but they're 317s. None of this has been cleaned up. I just want to see this thing run, and I want to see it make oil pressure and make sure that it doesn't have like a rod knock or something going on. I got this jewel I ordered a while back. I had planned to possibly swap my car back to carburetor, but I didn't. So I got this. This makes it pretty easy to run on the bench. So this is a Amazon intake, eBay, China, I don't know what you want to call it. I haven't test fitted it at all, so fixing to see what that's like. All right, let's see. I did go ahead and clean the intake surfaces off just to try to not get this too dirty. They come with some decent bolts, and they do have pretty thick washers, so that's a plus, I guess. And they come with both plugs. There's a port right here and a port back here, so I'm gonna plug both of those. All right, all these have started by hand pretty good, so that's a plus. I just drop them straight in. I'm not actually gonna run those all the way in with the impact, believe it or not. That tightened up pretty good. Okay. All right, if you're wanting to run a manual oil pressure sensor and you don't have the adapter and you don't feel like waiting on one, you can just take a broke oil pressure sending unit, just drill it out and tap it, and then you can run the like 1/4 or 1/8 MPT fitting here. Then you can just run a manual gauge. Perfect for a situation like this or in an old car. All right, I went ahead and drained the oil. The oil didn't have any water in it. It looked good. I put some back in it. I got the coals on it and everything hooked up to where I can just see if it'll fire real quick. All right, I didn't have a good ground on my coil packs, so I got spark now. Should fire up. Oh yeah. All right, now I just need to fill the bowls up with fuel somehow. It runs. Actually sounded pretty good to be rich lean. So see if I can get some actual fuel in the thing. Man, sounds good. All right, I just slipped some exhaust on here so I can kind of hear the engine a little better. We'll see, make sure there's no knocking or clatter or anything. Let's see what this sounds like. I went a little too far on the throttle there. Got it hung. But, man, that thing sounded great. The engine's very quiet up here. Yeah, got an exhaust leak right there. That's the only thing I hear though. I don't hear any valve train rattle, no bottom end noise. Man, I was not expecting this. This is a complete win. I thought this was gonna be a fail. Anyway, I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up and get it ready to go in something. Got a good 6.0 now. Thanks for watching. God bless.